everyone. Good morning and welcome to Centers for Spiritual Living Batesboro. We're so glad you're here today. We have a very special morning in store for you. Something a little different. We're going to be dedicating this Sunday morning to our welcoming ceremony for baby Lily. So we have our first brand new baby in the center. Baby Lily, we're going to dedicate to her today. And it is my great pleasure to bring up to the stage this morning. We're going to hear some great music from the family. They're going to be sharing with us. So we'll let them do the music. And to start today, here's Sandy Smith singing In My Daughter's Eyes.
In my daughter's eyes, I am a hero. I am strong and wise, and I know no fear. But the truth is plain to see. She was sent to rescue me. I see who I want to be in my daughter's eyes. In my daughter's eyes, everyone is equal. Darkness turns to light, and the world is at peace. This miracle God gave to me gives me strength when I am weak. I find reason to believe in my daughter. She wraps her hand around my finger. Oh, it brings a smile to my heart. Everything becomes a little clearer. I realize what life is all about. It's hanging on when your heart has had enough. It's giving more when you feel like giving up. I see the light inside my daughter's eyes. In my daughter's eyes, I can see the future, a reflection of who I am and what will be. Though she'll grow and someday leave, maybe raise a family. When I'm gone, I hope you'll see how happy she made me.
Hard to take courage in a world full of people. You can lose sight of it all. The darkness inside you make you feel so small. Show me those sad ones. Don't be unhappy. Remember him. That's all you laughing. This world makes you crazy, and you've taken all you can bear. Just me up, 'cause I will always be there. And I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors, that's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show your true colors. True colors are beautiful. I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors, that's why I love you. So don't be afraid, to let them show your true colors. True colors are beautiful, like a rainbow.
Oh, like a rainbow.
Can't remember when last saw you laughing. This world makes you crazy, and you've taken all you can bear. Just call me up, 'cause I will always be there. And I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors, that's why I love you. So don't be afraid, don't be afraid, to let them show your true colors. True colors are beautiful, like a rainbow.
Oh, like a rainbow.
Oh my God, how do you follow that? You guys are great. For those who don't know me, I'm Patrick O'Brien. I am in service to our community as part of the Leadership Council. Before I get into the welcome, you may notice there's some changes in front of you. Our symbol's down, our curtains are down, but there's a roof that's up, or the ceiling that's up. Leave, don't sit. Stand up, please stand up. Jeff, where'd you go?
Stand up, Jeff.
These guys were here Friday night and put the ceiling up along with me. Putting the ceiling up. On behalf of our ministers, thank you.
Very well.
You are welcome. Here at the center, wherever you are on your spiritual path, you are certainly welcome here. We follow the teachings of one guy, Deepak Chopra, and our founder, Ernest Holmes. On the way in this morning, you should have picked up a bulletin. On the inside of the bulletin, there is a spot for your contact information. If you have not given us your contact information or it needs updating, please do so, and we can reach out to you during the week as to the events that are coming or happening here at the center. On the other side of the pamphlet is a spot for a prayer request. If there's anything that you want to see further in your life that's going great, or if there's something that's weighing heavy on your heart, please fill that out, and our ministers and prayer team will hold that for you for the week. Is there anybody joining us for the first time today? Good. Welcome. We've got for you a welcome packet. If you do not have one, they're right outside the door on the table to the left. Inside, you'll find a previous celebration that is recorded for you, and information of what we are, how we think, pray, and that stuff. Would you please rise, and we will all rise. Give you a blessing. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living. We know who you truly are. You are the spiritual image and likeness of God. We appreciate you, we love you, and we thank God for you. Welcome to the Center.
Give another hug. Exchange phone numbers.
It's gone.
Make a promise to meet for lunch. Fellowship is so important here.
There's a beautiful innocence in every child as they close their eyes to sleep, traveling the world to different lands in a fantasy of dreams. Dream, child, dream. Fill your heart and soul with dreams. Dream, child, dream. You can change the world with just one dream. There's a cold hard reality plaguing the world that can pull us from our dreams. Don't be afraid, never forget, your heart longs to build your dreams. Dream, child, dream. Fill your heart and soul with dreams. Dream, child, dream. You can change the world with just one dream. Dream, child, dream. Fill your heart and soul with dreams. Dream, child, dream. You can change the world with just one dream.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Barbara Yofilin. I'm a licensed practitioner here at the center, and it is my honor to do the reading this morning, or present the reading, I should say. So the reading today comes from 365 Science of Mind by Ernest Holmes. It is the reading for January 31st, entitled, My Thought Establishes New Beginnings. Nothing is ever twice alike. It is said that the physical body is never more than a year old, that we discard many bodies through this lifetime. Everything is continuously being recreated, and it literally is true that the creative spirit is forever making a new heaven and a new world. We must permit it to make them new for us. I now empty my mind of every thought of fear and doubt. I condemn no one, no thing, not even myself. Forgetting that which is the past and having no fear for the future, I live today as though the new heaven and the new earth were already accomplished. They were already accomplished facts in my experience. I live in harmony with people and with all the situations that surround me. I see and feel the presence of good running through everything. I have complete faith that this divine presence reveals itself to me in every thought, every word, and every act. There is nothing in my past experience and nothing in my thought about the future that can in any way deny me the pleasure and the privilege of living today as though everything were complete and perfect. For behold, I create new heavens and new earth, and the former shall not be remembered nor come to mind. My whole expectancy is of much and more of good and better. The future is bright with hope and fulfillment. The present is perfect, and no past failure mars today's understanding. And so it is. So let's move this reading into prayer, these truths that are spoken here. Knowing that there is only one power in presence. This power in presence is the good. It is the beauty. It is the joy. It is the love. It is the peace that flows in through and as me. And I know this truth for each one here also. Each one here and beyond. Each one is the unique manifestation of goodness. It is each one's birthright to bring in the heaven in their life and release any past experiences that may negate this truth. We live here right now in this present moment. The past is gone. The future is not here yet. We only have the now right here. And so I give thanks for each one coming into this service knowing and holding for them this truth. Knowing and holding that there is always new, there is always better. And I smile when I say this because I know it is the truth of each one. And I give thanks, releasing in total gratitude these truths to the universal law, knowing that they cannot be returned void. It is done. I rest, I smile, I step away. I say amen, and together we claim, and so it is. Yahoo!
Yeah.
That's such a nice thought. New. And so, for newness, I welcome Reverend Shao as she presents her life.
Thank you. I'm going to move this up here now. Okay. The question, how heavy do you think this is?
Extremely. Pretty. 14, 18 ounces.
How heavy? Well, the truth of it is that the weight of it really doesn't matter. It doesn't. And unless you drink some of it, the weight of it doesn't change, right? But if I'm holding it out here for a minute or two, it's not so bad. If I'm holding it out here for an hour or two, it starts to become pretty uncomfortable. If I hold it out here for a day or two, it really starts to cramp my arm, my being. If I hold it out here for a month or two, or a year or two, the ache stops, that's true, because it becomes numb, and I become paralyzed. completely stuck now. And with as true as that is about me and my little water jug here, it's true about us and the thoughts that we choose to hold on to, the problems or the struggles that we choose to hold on to. If we hold on to them for a minute or two and then release them, they don't have much effect in our world. If we hold on to them for an hour or two, it might ache a little bit, but it's still okay. We start to hold on to them for a day or two, now the ache is something bigger and more. We hold on to them for a month or a year, and we do become numb. And we also become paralyzed in our own life. It's a great lesson. It's a great lesson. You know, now you'll never look at a water bottle the same now, right? Which is good. You know, instant reminder of that kind of thing. And so our future really does begin in consciousness, because we consciously choose which thoughts to hang on to and which thoughts to release. And if we can approach every single day like it's a new day, we do have a new day every day. I love the part of the reading that said we have a new body every year. I had never heard that before, but I believe it to be true. Now, doesn't that totally shift your perception about health? If we truly have all the cells renewed every year, why shouldn't we have perfect body temples? Why shouldn't we? We have the opportunity to do that. And so I think that we should consider that. So here's what Holmes says. There is a presence within you that is already perfect. You need not worry over your previous mistakes, nor live in anxious anticipation of tomorrow. All of that is completely unnecessary. And that's because we are whole, perfect, and complete. Right where we are, as we are, who we are whole, perfect, and complete right here, right now. He goes on. All you have to do is to learn to live right today. Don't focus on tomorrow. Don't look back to yesterday. Live right now. In this right now moment. Those are the only thoughts that we can truly control. The thoughts that we are having in the right now moment. And we do have complete control over those thoughts in our thinking in the right now moment. So all we have to do is to learn to live right today. Today. And when you do, previous mistakes will be blotted out and your future will be taken care of. What a fabulous thought. Isn't that terrific? It's just putting down the glass. It's literally just putting down the glass of regrets or pain or struggle that we've had up until the right now moment. And we can make a different choice in the right now moment. And you know, we have role models for this. Do you know who our role models are? You ever been to one of these at a McDonald's? I love going to McDonald's playgrounds. I do. And I love watching children in McDonald's playgrounds. When my nieces and nephews were little, they're all in their 20s and 30s now, but when they were little, we'd go here all the time. And because they loved to play, they called it the big toy. They loved to play on the big toy. And they'd get there, and instantly, every child that was there was what? Buds, yeah. They're friends. They didn't care what color the other person was. They didn't care where they came from. They didn't care what their clothes were. They didn't care about any of that stuff. Instantaneous friends. Instantaneous friends. And then there would be those occasions when somebody would come down the slide too quick after somebody else and to push the first person off, and there'd be a few tears for a minute, and then what did they do? Got up and started playing again. We need to look at our kids. Our kids have it right. They haven't learned yet to hang on to crap that doesn't serve them. They haven't learned that, and they don't need to. They don't need to learn that. I am so excited to have so many kids starting to come here to this center now and grow up in this teaching. And as we told you at the beginning, this day is about a welcoming ceremony for baby Lily and into our community. I've been here for about 14, 15 years, and there's not been a baby in here. And you said that there's been one or two, right, Wilma, that have come into this community, that were born into this community. This community's been around for 40 some odd years. I think we need to shift that. I think we need to have lots of babies born into this community, lots of people coming up with this teaching, an understanding of how truly powerful we are in this thing called God. Because everywhere, God is everywhere. Intimate as each and every one of us, and it is the world that we are living in. It's all God. It's all God. So it can all potentially be good. And it is all potentially good if we create the space of allowing for that good to come forward. That's all it is. And kids prove this, because they don't know different, and they do it every single day at McDonald's. Go and watch. It'll change the way that you look at the world. It really, really will. According to Robert Fulghum, all I really need to know I learned in kindergarten. And he's right about this. And so here are some uncommon thoughts, uncommon things from Robert Fulghum. I believe that imagination is stronger than knowledge. What a great thought that is. I do too. I believe imagination is God speaking through us. You know, when we have a thought, I was just talking about this with somebody. How do you know that it's the right thought or the one to go with? You will feel it physically. If you're imagining something and you're wondering which direction to go in life, when you stumble upon the thought that is, oh my gosh, I would love that. That's how God speaks to us. It's in passion, it's in excitement. That is the voice of Spirit waking up. Something in you that needs to emerge for this world to be a better place. The myth is more potent than history. That myth, is more potent than history. That dreams are more powerful than facts. Dreams are always more powerful than facts. Always. Facts change. There's a fact at one time in this world that women couldn't vote. That was a fact. But the truth that underlied that fact, it couldn't remain here. It couldn't stay a fact. It couldn't, because it was not things in balance. We've got a lot of that going on in our world right now. A lot of the facts are being challenged right now so that the truth can emerge. And I know that that's what's going on here now. The truth is seeking to emerge in a bigger way than it ever has. That's why it's so turbulent right now. It's not a bad thing. It's a release of what no longer serves this earth. That's what's happening. That dreams are more powerful than facts. I already said that. That hope always triumphs over experience. Hope always triumphs over experience. Because again, we're using our mental faculty for good. That laughter is the only cure for grief. And again, we can look to our children for that. You know, I can't be around my nieces and nephews. Leland will tell you, even now in their 30s, it's my joy to be around my family. It's my absolute joy. And they never fail to correct me. I've spent 10, 15 minutes with Lily and her little raspberries, and she's hilarious. You can't help but laugh. And I believe that love is stronger than death. And I truly believe that as well. And for those of my dear friends and family that have transitioned, their love is still with me, alive and well. And my love is still with them, alive and well. We call it transition here because we're transitioning from one form to another. Doesn't make the love any greater or lesser or non-existent. And again, children know this. Children know this. We stand to learn a lot from our children. From today's reading, nothing is ever twice alike. Nothing is ever twice alike. No people are ever alike. No situation is ever alike. Nothing. Nothing. So here we worry about having the same experience, and it's impossible. That gives you a means to release things. We're never going to have the same experience twice. Never, ever. So we can release that now. It is said that the physical body is never more than a year old, that we discard many bodies through this life. Again, that's one of my favorite lines of that whole entire reading. What a thought. If we knew that next year we could have an entirely different body based on what we put into it in thought and food and energy and sleep today, might we do something different? This is shifting my perception. This whole idea about a new body once a year. What could my physical well-being be in a year if I would just treat my body with respect? Interesting thought. Very interesting thought. Everything is continuously being recreated, and it is true that the creative spirit is forever making a new heaven and a new earth. Continuously. And it uses us to do this. And the plants and the flowers and the trees and the storms and it's all part of it. It's all part of the same thing. And it's happening every day, all the time. We must permit it to make them new for us. And I think this is a key phrase. We must permit it to make them new for us. We can have the same day over and over and over and over again. You know people like this. You know people that have lived 50 years. And you know people that have lived the same year 50 times. And there is a difference. There's a huge difference. And it comes down to this phrase. We must permit it could be a capital I. Yeah, it is a capital I. Hello. Spirit. Permitting spirit to make this new, because it is there and it is available, but we need to create the space of allowing for that new experience to happen. That means releasing our stories, just like I put down that water bottle. It's releasing our stories. The future is bright with hope and fulfillment. The present is perfect, and no past failure mars today's understanding. Future is bright. And part of that future is this little one here, this little peanut here. So I'm going to invite the family up, and John, who is the godfather, will you come up with the family? And Reverend David, would you come up? And we are going to do a formal welcoming ceremony for baby Lily. Now I want you, as we go through this ceremony, I invite you to hear these words and have them be applicable to you as well. Because they are applicable to each and every one of you as well, as we welcome you in a new way into this community, because you're a new person at this moment, right?
Right now.
Right. So I'm going to start today. Come on up, guys. Okay. We are here today to welcome Lily Violet Smith. Often the word christening is used to describe this ceremony, but in our tradition we mean it in a very different context. We do not see this ceremony as one that brings a child into the experience of Christ consciousness, but one that recognizes the perfection of spirit is already ever present in the child for us to recognize and be inspired by. They come not as blank slates into this world, but as already perfect, realized beings that have so much to offer us. I'd like to read these words about children written by Gabran. Your children are not your children. They are the sons and daughters of life, longing for itself. They come through you, but not from you. And though they are with you, they do not belong to you. You may give them your love, but not your thoughts, for they have their own thoughts. You may house their bodies, but not their souls, for their souls dwell in the house of tomorrow, which you cannot visit, not even in your dreams. You may strive to be like them, but seek not to make them like you. David.
Sandy and James, you guys are so blessed and so fortunate that Spirit, that the universe has brought you this wonderful, this beautiful new soul to nurture and cared for. How lucky you are. Do you promise to raise Lily within a consciousness, within an environment of unconditional love? Will you teach her that she lives within the ever-presence of divine perfection and that she is blessed with her own unique talents and gifts? Will you impart to Lily that the possibilities in her life are limitless as she embraces her own unlimited divine potential? If so, answer yes.
Yes.
What gift of intention do you bring for Lily on this special day?
The gift that I want to give her is to always have an open, loving heart with every situation.
The gift that I bring Lily is love, support, and understanding as she sits in the driver's seat of authenticity.
Rick, not yet.
That's beautiful. So Shell, Reverend Shell, and John, you two are blessed to have been chosen as godparents to this new soul. Do you promise to support JD and Sandy in their commitment of raising Lily in an atmosphere, an environment of unconditional love and infinite potential? Will you stand in when necessary as influences who will always be there to remind Lily of who she truly is, beloved and full of divine potential? If so, answer, we do.
We do.
Girls, Bella, Victoria, Ariana, pay attention, Lily. You girls enjoy one of the most special relationships that exist, that of sisters. There's nothing like a group of sisters. No one will know you like each of you know each other. You'll finish each other's sentences. You'll know what each other's thinking. It's a special bond. And you girls, you three older girls, have a new soul to help nurture and care for as sisters. Will each of you, Ariana, Bella, and Victoria, will each of you be a part of the extended circle of Lily's life and always be a loving support to her as she makes her path through life? If you agree, say, we do. Good job. Now, I would like each of you to share the intention, your gift of intention for baby Lily today.
My intention for Lily is to have courage. My intention for Lily is to be kind. My intention for Lily is to grow older and healthier and have AP honor rolls.
Thank you. That's very, very special. Very special. Well, each of you here today are part of Lily's extended spiritual family. And so I ask you to make the commitment to help create an environment and a consciousness of unconditional love so that this child may flourish and grow and know love in, as, and through everything that she does. So I ask each of you, as a part of this larger circle of Lily's life, will each of you extend your loving support to Lily as you witness her growth and development through the years? If so, answer, we do.
We do.
Good job. And I invite you all to speak out as you are led with a gift of intention for Lily today.
Always see Lily as she is.
To always encourage her when she needs someone and treat them with love.
Beautiful.
Accept her as an individual.
Empower her. Love herself.
Always treat her nicely.
Find laughter and smile in every day.
Be a great success in whatever she chooses to do.
See the presence in everyone.
All right. Baby Lily, you are surrounded by love this day. By your parents, your sisters, your godparents, and your spiritual family. Love is the way, indeed. Reverend Joe?
Okay, so we've got a rose and we've got some water. The water is a symbol of the presence of truth and purity within all, but especially within Lily. The rose is a symbol of unconditional love, even in the experience of difficulty represented by those thorns that you see on the rose. If I make it through this, it'll be a miracle.
That's a miracle.
Lily Violet Smith, as I touch your forehead with the rose and water, it serves as a visual symbol for all of us of the truth of your being, that you are the presence of God. I claim for you the unlimited capacity to see as God sees, the ability to creatively express the joy of your being, and the wisdom to listen to the inner urgings of your heart and to follow them. Lily, you are now officially recognized as the precious presence that you are, and welcome to our community as our gift of great teacher. And so it is. All right. Thank you. Hey, I called my sauce together. Okay. Now's our time for conscious giving. So I'm going to invite the ushers to come forward, please. It'll take a minute. Everybody's so into the celebration here. Isn't that, I love that. What a great ceremony, and I really hope that each and every one of you took that in as well. So as the ushers come forward, let's read our tithing affirmation together. Today I've stepped into a new idea of giving. I allow the givingness of spirit to flow through me all the time. I know that as I give in the energy of love and gratitude, that my giving is amplified and multiplied beyond my imagination, thus prospering me and my spiritual home.
We are held in the hands of grace, ever safe in the arms of love. Like a child receives protection from a mother's warm embrace. We are held in the hands of grace.
We are held in the hands of grace, forever safe in the arms of love. Like a child receives protection from a mother's warm embrace. We are held in the hands of grace.
We are held in the hands of grace,
Forever safe in the arms of love.
like a child receives protection.
From a mother's warm embrace.
We are held in the hands of grace. We are held in the hands of grace. We are held in
that we accept these gifts, these tithes, these offerings. I know that they move forward from here, blessing both the giver and the receiver. I'm just enormously grateful, enormously grateful. So it's in this gratitude that I turn it over. Everything is going forward and doing great deeds. So it is. All right. Oh, my clicker. I lost my clicker. Oh, there it is. Oops. Okay. I have a feeling I'm going to be missing slides. 1-minute miracles are available right after celebration. Don't leave here with a heavy heart. We have our chairs set up in the back corner here. If there's something that you want anchored that's going great and you just want to see it continue to go great, or if there's something that needs to shift in your experience, stop by with one of our practitioners and have a 1-minute miracle. Oops, I have it upside down. There we go. Food drive is still ongoing, so don't forget, it is a great time to bring it because there's always a lot of needed Thanksgiving time. The box is getting full out there in the lobby. I would bet you're going to pick it up this week. Thank you. And so it'll be empty and ready for more food next week for sure. Midweek tune-up continues with me, and I think that's my last one. Yep. Kavita has decided to continue the Power of Attraction workshops that have been happening on Mondays at 6:30, so I invite you to join her for that. She's going to do it for at least another 4 weeks, play it by ear around the holidays. And Kavita, you want to put your hand up? So if you're interested or would like to hear more about that, do check with Kavita here. Our Christmas celebration, the holiday open house, is going to be held at Patrick and Stephen's house this year. They're graciously opening up their house. As Patrick puts it, he has a big house and 2 little dogs, and I have a little house and 2 big dogs. And so they are gracious enough to offer up their house for our holiday celebration. It will be on Saturday, December 16th, so save the date. As that's coming up. Thanksgiving will be hosted here at the center. We do it in a big way. It's a formal table in good china. We have sign-up sheets out in the lobby for both food and setup and cleanup. So if you'd like to spend Thanksgiving with a group of great folks, do consider coming here for Thanksgiving. Joan is one of the leads on that. You want to put your hand up, Joan? See Joan for any details on that, or the sign-up sheets again are in the lobby. And I think that's everything. Did I miss anything? Meditation Wednesday. That's what it is. Thank you. I knew there was something else. Meditation Wednesday. Every Wednesday, beginning in November, we have a special meditation. The first and third meditations are Buddhist in nature. The second one is a Diksha blessing with meditation. And the fourth one is generally guided. You're going to do, right, Barbara? Yeah, generally a guided meditation. But Meditation Wednesday, so every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. you can come here and do a meditation of some kind. So mark that on your calendar. Love offering for all of them. If you're not familiar with the Diksha blessing, John, you want to put your hand up? John is here. He will be running that particular meditation, and he can give you some details on that. Barbara will be doing the one on the fourth Wednesday of the month, so she can give you details on that. Exciting time. You got a lot going on, huh? Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Is there chapter available on Wednesday evening?
At the moment, no, but what a great idea. Let me look into that, see what I can do to that end.
There's other children. I'd be willing to, one of those weeks, operate the child care.
Thank you for asking. I will see what I can do to that end. Thank you for asking. Excellent. So now, it's time to stand in the light. When we stand in the light, we know the truth about a situation. Our prayer team is coming forward here. So, I am standing in the light for Lily, so grateful for the awareness of what life is truly about that she's brought to our community.
I'm standing in the light for Lily as well.
standing in the light for Peggy.
I'm standing in the light for my family as they travel here to visit.
I'm standing in the light for a week full of possibilities for us all.
I'm standing in the light for my kids, James and dancing feet, and has some challenges right now, but I know we'll go on to I'm standing in the light for Carol, knowing her perfection.
I'm standing in the light for all the centers for spiritual living, teaching chapters, study groups, and centers, knowing that each one is prosperous. Each one grows out into the community, sharing the word, the science of mind philosophy.
I'm standing in the light for my mother. She transitioned 2 years ago, and yesterday was her birthday. I want her to know that I played Yahtzee and she won this morning.
I am standing in the light for all the unspoken prayers. I invite you to speak your own name into this sacred space. Let's know together that there is only good and only God unfolding, that we can lie down, put down any sense of struggle, any sense of regret, any looking back at the past, and move forward today knowing that our perfection is being revealed, as is the perfection of each and every person whose name has been spoken into this space. I know there's only good here, I know there's only God here, and I am so grateful. So it's in this gratitude and celebration that I let it be. So let's claim and anchor this together by saying, and so it is.
We are held in the hands of grace, forever safe in the arms of love. Like a child receives protection from a mother's golden embrace. We are held in the hands of grace. We are held in the hands of grace. We are held in the hands of grace.
Have a good week, everybody.
Thank you for being here.